universe. And I tell them that every single day. Let me introduce very quickly myself. My name is Judy Smith. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a daughter, and I am a very lucky teacher because I have your children in my class. And I want to introduce my teacher aide tonight. This is my husband, Jim. And when Kathy Kessler interviewed me for a job to come to Chapman Hills, I told her, well, Kathy, you're going to have to hire two of us because Jim and I always work as a team. And if you're here anytime at night on Sundays, whenever we can get in, you will see him right along helping. A lot of computer work is done by Jim when I'm doing laundry and so forth and so on. So thank you, Jim.
A lot of laundry is done by me while she's doing the computer.
It works both ways. There are some papers on your desk. Okay, the very small one. You will find a pencil inside your child's nameplate. On the first paper, I'm going to show you some new ways we do things. I want you to write your child's name on the very small paper, this one right here. Write your child's name, because you might win these Spice Drops also. Okay, this is called a control jar, and there are 10 pieces of candy in here. Now, tell me, make an estimate for your child, they have done it also. How many do you think are in this jar? Write it on your paper. Okay. Take a guess. I'm not very good at it. Kids are much better than I am. All right. Now, on the other side of your paper, I want you to tell me how many pockets you think we have in our classroom. Just take a guess. How many pockets do you think? Now you get 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And at the end of the evening, we will find out by putting our Rubik's cubes together how many pockets we have. The note is sitting on your desk. That's blank. This is a note that you may write to your child when you may listen and write at the same time, because I know adults can listen and write at the same time. Sometimes our kids can color while I'm reading, sometimes they can't. Mr. Smith and I have a little disagreement about how well we think with using our hands. So you may write as you listen. Okay, let's see. First thing I want you to know about our class is that my main goal is to make the kids feel good about themselves. And the better they feel about themselves, the more they are open to learning. And the greater their chances are for success in school if they feel good about themselves. If they don't, the learning is blocked. No matter what we do, we can't get that learning through until they can feel real good about themselves. We want to help them develop a very positive self-image. And as we go around the room, you will see all different ways that we do that. We are a team, and the class will tell you who we are. We are the Smiling Sunshines this year. And the success for our children also depends on you, because you are part of that team. And we can achieve it by working together. And we want to be able to communicate frequently. The first lovely way that we communicate is the famous red folder. Last year it was silver because we were silver stars. But this is a tradition in this class. Please look for it every night. Please help your child remember that it's his or her responsibility to bring it back, not yours. You will always find a citizenship on the left for the day, and you will always find notes to me or to you and homework on the back, on the left side, no, right side. And look for notes in here, because this is the way we communicate. Another way we communicate As you haven't received any of these yet, I purposely dated them September 28th. Your child's corrected papers will come home each Monday in this envelope. And there is a place for you to make comments to me. Was the homework too difficult? Was it too long? Was it too frustrating? Was it too easy? Homework in my class should not be a frustration. If it takes your child 2 hours to do homework, something is wrong. Either my assignment was too hard, I misjudged, or some way your child is not focusing on what was said in class. I need to know that. Please do not spend 2 to 3 hours with your child crying at the dinner table or at the bedside doing homework. If this happens, and you know they're not manipulating, then please jot a note to me the next day. I've had 3 children of my own, and Jim and I have, and we spent many hours sitting at the kitchen table with tears. That's not our philosophy. The philosophy for homework is to set aside a time each night for homework. Learn to get into that habit. So they learn that now, and then when they go on to college, we strongly encourage them, even at 2nd grade, because your education is your most important tool. And so that is our way of communicating. Another way of communicating, see that door over there? That door is open to you at all times. You may come into the classroom as long as you check into the office first. You may come in and visit. You may come in and teach a lesson. You might be given something to do when you walk in the door. But you are very welcome to come into the classroom. The door is always open. The goals, my own personal goals for your child are, we want to develop listening skills. This is following directions. And you will find that over on the goal side, number 1, directions. We want them to have good listening skills. We want them to have good critical skills. Not just a yes or no answer, but something more than just yes or no. And we're working on complete sentence answers. We want good study habits for these boys and girls. They're only in 2nd grade, 6 and 7, and some are 8 years old, but we must remember they are still very small people. And that responsibility needs to start now. I don't know what that is. We get buzzes and everything. Maybe a beeper. We want the child to be an independent homework worker. Parents, you've had lots of homework in the last 2 weeks, and I thank you for filling out inventories and so forth. That's so we can use it for VIP, and I promise you there will only be a few projects to do during the year that will require your help. Please guide your children, but let them try the homework first. We have gone over it. We will go over it very slowly in the beginning so they understand each night what their homework is. But please write me a note if it becomes a frustration. That's one thing I ask of you. Citizenship, we need to have an automatic citizenship, a habit of being cheerful, being kind, and considerate, and helpful, and courteous, and respectful. We're working toward this being an automatic thing that happens, something they don't have to think about. Because when they get out in the world, this is what is going to make them a people person and be able to hold down a job. How well can they get along? How well can they carry on their job? We have our rules, following directions, and listen while others are speaking. These are our main goals as far as discipline and management. We want to be able to communicate both orally and written. And this is hard for them at 2nd grade level. Don't expect them to come home writing stories, very lengthy stories at first, because we'll take it a step at a time. Some of your boys and girls will be writing 2 and 3 pages. Some of your boys and girls will struggle with 2 or 3 sentences. We start where they are, and then we go from there and hope to develop those good, sensible study habits. We're going to take a real quick tour of the classroom because I felt that was the best. You have in your hand, if you haven't already got it, a book that explains just about everything that we do in the class, with the exception of the pacha cookies that we came up, and you will find out about that. The kids came up with a new pacha, and it's called pacha cookies, so you'll hear about that. One of the main things that we do is we have our Bill of Rights. And I want you to look at this one in particular. I have a right to make a mistake. Every single morning we recite this. And every single one of your children, and Mrs. Smith, has the right to make a mistake. They should not feel bad if a mistake is made. We all make them. Okay, let's go on over to our silver boxes. You've probably already heard about our silver boxes. These are kind words and gifts that come from your mouth, come from your actions, and we will be giving awards for silver box words. Children who use the silver box words, or I see them using silver box actions. That's what you're hearing when you hear silver boxes. You know what it is. We're starting a gallery of what we do out of the classroom. This book shows what we do in the classroom, but sometimes it's kind of fun to know what your child is doing outside of the classroom. Soccer schedules are more than welcome to be sent to me. Mr. Smith and I try to make as many games as we can. This last year we had a little bit hard time getting in all of them, but we made quite a few. It's nice to see your children doing something than just sitting in a desk, being in a controlled situation. I like to see them what they do outside of the classroom also. You've all heard about the friendship tools. And the friendship tools, of course, I hope all of them know the 7 friendship tools. The masking tape represents sticking together, and we do that as a class. The ball represents having fun. We want to have fun with our friends. The toothbrush, hearty smile, not clean teeth. Kristen, my daughter, will tell us about clean teeth. She's a dental hygienist. The box of tissue, we care for our friends when they are hurt or have their feelings hurt. And feelings are probably the hardest to take care of. We can always have a doctor or a nurse mend our knee, but we can't always mend our feelings. The tissue reminds us to do that. The whisk room. We work together to keep our classroom clean, and we work together as a team. The telephone not only reminds us to stay in contact, but it reminds us to be good listeners. Not to do all the talking, but to listen to your friends, what they have to say. And the sprinkling can sprinkles kind words on each other. We have a set of box inside here to remind us what kind of words come from our sprinkling can. Of course, we're all terrific. I don't need to tell you anything more. You have terrific children. And this is their first writing experience. It's not much writing yet, but be patient. They'll get there. They all talked about what friends mean. You can see them hanging, and you can see them over here. Back here on this table, we have our VIP, and each of you will have a schedule, and it's in your book. And we hope and encourage parents to join in, grandparents to join in on your child's special day. If you can't come at the times that I give you, it's okay. We're flexible. We will work around your schedule. It didn't start out as a family thing years ago, but it's become a tradition. But please don't feel bad if you can't get off work. That's understandable, and I try to tell the children that. Curriculum we'll be using is back here, and we will be also using a lot of aids with our science. And you will see some apple papers coming home next week. That is an aids lesson, so take a good look at it. There are some handouts back here on the back table. I did not run them off yet, but if you would like to have some good read aloud stories for second grade, or stories that your child should be reading, please just write your name on this paper and I'll make sure you get them. Also, the curriculum guide for second grade, I did not take time or use the I do too. One of the girls came to class today with a snow apple. I have no idea what the snow apple is, but in our story, Mr. Apple names his children after apples. This was very clever. Today we tasted, let's see, delicious. We tasted this one as our snow. And this is how they came out as their favorites. This is an apple, and it's a Granny Smith because the kids know I love Granny Smiths because I'm a Granny Smith. So that's Anne, because it was an apple in the story. And you will be hearing lots about Mr. Apple's story real soon. We have not started our Big Apple Award, but that will be given each week to 2 outstanding apples, and that doesn't mean just outstanding citizens. Those who try hard, those who I've seen improvement, this is the way they will be chosen. But their desk has to be clean, and their library books have to be returned. Okay? You will notice up here that our birthday graph does not match our birthday graph at the bottom. I'm waiting to see how long it takes the children to realize the cakes up there are not in order. That's not the way the months go. Our birthday graph down here shows us the way the months really do go. And I might mention we have 4 sets of twin birthdays a year. It's a lot. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's our calendar where we do each day so they can learn yesterday, tomorrow, get the concept, grouping 1s to 10s, 10s to 100. They have fun. The VIP does this. And everybody thinks it's real easy to do until it's their turn. And then they start getting all thumbs, especially when parents are here and they do it for their parents. They're dropping them and they forget it. They're no different than their teacher. I do too. That's why I let them do it. We are sunshines. Our goal in this classroom is to brighten our day when we see how kind we are to each other, how well we listen, and what careful work we've done, and how we follow directions. Now, when they need to have a little warning, they just simply remove their name and put it in a basket. If it goes further than the Super SSS Day and no warning, you will find 2 or 3 or 4 checks on your Sunshine Award paper. That's when I will call you. So far, we're right here. And when we say name of Mrs. Smith's book, that is a book that will linger on the table for them, and they just write your name. But remember, a warning is just a warning. If you get lots of warnings, then beware. If I were in this class as a 2nd grader, believe me, I probably would have had this one or this one every day because I was the topper in class. So I know it's very hard for some children to sit and be real still. It's difficult. I know because I was one of those. Okay.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? The clocks throughout our school are printed out different times on them. Please plan to end your first presentation within the next few minutes, and then we'll move on to our second presentation. Thank you.
Okay, well then, you will be getting a note like this home if there's more than 1 or 2 checks. Okay? Each of you will be getting this week one of these behavior contracts to go with your child. Please take it seriously because I do, and they do. We will be involved in book it, and that's going to make our book room grow, and you will be hearing more information about this. Let's see, a couple more things I wanted to share with you. Mr. Smith said he just had something he wanted to share. And I haven't given you any chances. No homework pass? Great. Do good work. Makeup memo, if this comes home, please don't try to do all the makeup work in one night. If your child has been sick or gone, don't try to do it all in one night. Do it as much as your child can handle if they're not manipulating, and send it back to me when it's finished. You be the judge of the how much they can do. But please, homework is not to be a frustration. And I'm going to close with one thing that I have, that I tell the children every day. We have a book of hugs. We have lots of hugs. They also are told every single day that they are special. I'm special in all the world. There's nobody like me. Since the beginning of time, there has never been another person like me. Nobody has my smile. Nobody has my eyes, my nose, my hair, my hands, and my voice, because I am special. And as Mr. Smith is getting ready for whatever presentation he is, would you please take your Unifix cubes out of your pockets, make a snake out of them, and put each group together. And with one person in each group, count the number of pockets we have. Okay, while you're doing that, Mr. Smith.
I just want to say something, folks. I'm taping this tonight, not because my wife is an exhibitionist. Those of you who know her will know that that's the furthest thing from the truth that there is. I've got an 86-year-old mother-in-law at home who's non-ambulatory, and she told me if I didn't tape every second of this tonight, not to bother to come home. So that's the reason for the taping.
She is very much a part of this class and has been with us this summer.
She was a teacher, by the way.
Enjoying your children as much as I am. Okay, place your Unifix cubes together and let's get them in. And Jim, will you add them on the board for me? You're a faster adder than I am.
There's how many numbers?
13.
Okay.
9. 12. 9. 14.
How many?
19.
4 more. 19.
15.
15.
72, 76.
Wait, and 2 more. 78, 79, 80. Who got the closest? Did we have any 80s? 81? Right on 80? All right. Would you put that on Michelle's note? Everybody take a real quick minute and write a note to your child and leave it on his desk or her desk. And you may take home this book, but some of them did not finish. That's okay. They can finish it at home. This was their best effort. Their journal, I would like you to just take a quick look at, and they write in that every day. If you can help in the classroom or outside of the classroom, be sure you take a helping hands paper so that we can have more fun going on in our class. Thank you for coming. Give all your kids a big hug tonight when you get home. You, right on here. Write the note right on here. And oh, on the back of it, write any special thing that you think I should know about your child. If there's something special. Okay. Jim, could you collect the little white papers?
Oh, yeah, the guessing game.
You will not know if you're the winner of the jar until tomorrow. If your child wins, this jar will come home to you, and you get to fill it and send it back for the next week, okay? See, I need a name every day in class, too. That's why you moms help. Thank you very, very much for sharing your home. These little people, yes, they can take the red book and you can turn over. These little people are placed on good workers or quiet workers or just someone who has improved. They get to see the test today. It's a warm puzzle. His homework was so much.
That's probably the first one.
He says, there it is. All of a sudden it's gone. No. He has his homework. He has this. This is all done. This? Yes, that wasn't stamped today.
Oh, does he have it?
Mm-hmm.
I probably just missed it. David, do you have it?
He's trying to find it. He left it over there.
I'll stamp it tomorrow.
Okay, great. Good, great. Here, I'll give this back to you.
Okay.
You know how that works?
New parents. Oh,
Mr. Smith.
Jim Smith.
Hi, Dana Benz. Very familiar to the two of us.
Living Tustin or being
What church do you go to?
Orange Press. First Press.
And you're not a you're a teacher now. What did you do previously?
My full-time job is teacher's aide.
Parents, we have a
My
hand
part-time
signal
job
in our
is
class.
at the courthouse.
Put up one finger. The rest of the school puts up a hand.
I've never been
We
before.
put up one finger. David, you're here tonight. Why do we put up just one finger? Because we are number one in the universe. Not just California, not just Orange County. We are number one in the whole universe. David, when this finger goes up in the air, what happens to your voice? Thank you, David, for sharing with us. Now, let me find where I dropped my notes off. I'm very famous for putting my notes down. Do you have my cards here?
I haven't passed it.
Probably left them around the room someplace. Excuse me just for a minute while I take a quick look. Otherwise, we'll just...
This will probably, I've saved the rough drafts. And these are the things that I
You are on candid camera.
It's been a fun evening.
Could you give a little more inflection in that? Could you give us one more time? It's been a what?
Fun evening.
That's what I like to see.
I will probably send these home. This was actually the second writing I had them do. I did one other writing of this.
I saved it because his book is about this big, and I put it in a little sleeve because I really keep track of all that.
I usually I send most of the things home, but some things I
You
save.
have to keep. And what is the reason?
It's
For the
assessment, so we can
school?
see
Is
the
it for
growth. It's for the class, for the child to make an individual portfolio, so we can see the growth. Beginning to end.
But then you don't send it.
Some of the teachers use Okay. Okay.
I see the school books because everybody else is those too.
Yeah.
But I should never bought the books.
Okay, and then I'll make it more miniature and I'll be trying to check over things a little bit more closely.
Well, it's going to be one less thing in her way here.
Okay.
We brought one home from, we brought that book home, from home here.
Okay.
As you requested this, should I take it?
You know, if you write her little, you did write her notes, then you're set. No, that's great, you got her.
Okay.
Thank you.
The book she wrote.
I'm the roving reporter.
You're the roving reporter.
My mother-in-law, Judy, was telling my mother-in-law about your bulletin board,
Oh,
and she just wanted to see it so bad, so I thought I'd come over and take a picture.
this is my book board. Hi, how are you?
I feel like I should come in here.
Oh, thanks. Good, how are you? Pretty good.
would have liked to have avoided that. But
Here, film me. I want to say hello and give Mrs. Smith a big kiss and say sorry. Hi, Mrs. Smith. Couldn't come see you tonight, but we love you. Hi.
I've been watching her all night.
We love you.
She's got a killer smile.
Look at her.
Killer
muscle top.
smile.
What is this? I give her to Daddy for a few minutes, and this is what happened. Yes, I
She's
did.
what, 11 months now?
Yes, I do know that. Bobby told you.
Yes.
Put it on the